Celestial Rockers by Ras Teo and Zion Kings is classic 70s rockers with higher heights, higher meditation, and a little surprise.
Them looking for Jah, then them go all around. Them looking for the sky, but Jah never left we.
Hello everyone, I'm Gideon St.Helen with Irie Roots Reggae Reviews, where we take a deeper look into the nuts and bolts of roots reggae albums. Celestial Rockers, which is a 4-vocal track, 4-live dub album, is a collaboration between Zion Kings and Ras Teo. You should know Zion Kings by now, that trinity of powerhouse producers who have individually and collectively built this distinct heavy dub-based modern roots sound. Zion Kings' rhythms have been the soundscape of excellent albums from Von Benjamin as Midnight and Akebeka, Archangel, Luton Fire, Dania, Marcus God, and several others, as well as on some of Zion Kings' dub albums. At the producer's helm on this album is Jah David Goldfine, a humble and likable brethren who heads the Zion High Productions leg of Zion Kings. Perhaps less well known is Ras Teo, that superb and well-controlled voice on the album, whose chants are colored by an accentuated vibrato reminiscent of the greats in the heyday of roots reggae music, and even young artists of today like Lila Ike and Iba Ma. I personally love this vocal technique in roots reggae music. Shamefully, I had not really heard of Ras Teo before the 2020 single he did with Akebeka of Von Benjamin called All Hail, which was recorded and produced by Roberto Sanchez of Alone Arc Music Studio. Ras Teo talked to us about his vocal influences, how he got started, and what motivates that classic song he's adopted.
I was immediately smitten on the day when I first heard Ijem and Levi, Hugh Mandel, groups like Misty Roots, Twinkle Brothers, way back in 1992. That's where I really fell in love with reggae, back home in Sweden. After that, I've collected over thousands of records, books, arts, and where it fills my whole room now. You know, we're actually right with my vinyls and CDs till this day. They're close to me. So the motivation always been keep it roots within, and never leave the roots. Till this day, I buy vinyls and listening to the golden era, 70s, early 80s, 60s also. That's for me the golden era of reggae. So when you hear my music, when I'm singing or when I'm doing music, I'm very particular that it has to be roots. The players of instruments shall be there and will be live sounding. If it's not live, it's dead. Mr. Fredlocks one time tell me that. And kind of has its true meaning. So the motivation will always be roots. So this album was to make it as roots as possible. Every project that I do, I want to do it as much live, as much as of roots as possible. Roots is unlimited. So I try to always push that. Blessed love, Jah Rastafari.
Ras Teo also talked to us about the important message of Celestial Rockers.
Haile Selassie I, Rastafari. The binding element of Celestial Rockers consists of Zion King's crew. Jadi, TPI Grade, Andrew Moonbane, also eternally blessed, Drew Keys, and myself. This collaboration is a unification of rootsmen who since their inception have always kept it rootical, and their enduring message has always been Rastafari. Celestial Rockers' message is, and always will be, to seek contentment within the roots. So I encourage Jaja people that currently feel trapped here in Babylon. Wolipa confusion. So we are telling them by grounding themselves within the principles of the Most High Jah, where tranquility through Rastafari grace can be attained. keep the faith and hope. Jah is the greatest.
In reviewing the album, we followed the Irie Roots Reggae criteria, and it's really a no-brainer. For originality and authenticity, we gave 10 out of 10. While it's influenced by those before, Ras Teo has cultivated his own voice, and it was mighty on this album. For lyricism, according to the notes on the album release, Gonna Search, which is the first track, it mocks those who elevate religion above righteousness. The second vocal track is Jah Waterfall, which is my personal favorite on the album, and it invites one and all to behold the powerful peace that is Jah and be calmed by his presence. The third vocal track, which is 1 and 2 and 3, it conjures up the cataclysmic scene of the final judgment with a spoken word warning from Ras Teo to stand firm with the power of faith. The final vocal track is Kuya Kuya, and it's a stirring call to rebuke wickedness and cleave to the straight and narrow. Overall, the lyrics are simple and powerful, and they are grounded in the traditions of roots reggae music and Rastafarian teachings. We gave 10 out of 10 here. For production and instrumentation, we have 4 Zion Kings rhythms, which are as Zion Kings as they get. But there's a surprise. Unlike other Zion Kings albums, they're using programmed drum beats on this album. And guess what? You're not the only one who missed it. Ras Teo also missed it. In an interview with Michael Watson of World of Reggae, Jadi, who's the lead producer in the album, said, "This is actually the first Zion Kings project where I used programmed drum." Ras Teo didn't even know until I told him. He was telling me that he didn't really want to do any work with programmed drums or programmed rhythms, and I was like, you know, this album is programmed drums. And he couldn't believe it, but he told me to keep them, not to mess with them. It was as a result of this COVID thing, you know. I was locked up and didn't have access to other drummers. To me, it almost sounds like more vintage than our usual drum work. I really have to agree with this. Given the song that Ras Teo is going for, that 70s rockers song, the programmed drums were spot on, so big up to Jadi for his attention to detail on this album. Each vocal track is followed by a live dub mix on this album. Ben Asante Sila Smith worked on Gonna Search dub, Andrew Moon Bain worked on Jah Waterfall dub, Jah David did 1 and 2 and 3 dub, and TPI of High Grade did Kuya Kuya dub. The album also includes the late Drew Keys on keyboard and trombone. Rest in power, Drew Keys. Celestial Rockers is an auditory display of exceptional roots reggae instrumentation and dub mix, and for this we gave 10 out of 10 for instrumentation and production. For coherence of the album, we gave 10 out of 10, and finally for accessibility, advanced reggae music, we gave 10 out of 10 there too. The Irie Roots Reggae score is 10 out of 10, which is an excellent roots reggae album. To sum it up, Zion Kings has done it again, this time collaborating with a little known Ras Teo, whom you should know after this. Together they've produced a roots reggae album, although only 4 vocal tracks with accompanying live dubs, that builds on the already impressive legacy of Zion Kings. And this places a mark also down for Ras Teo. The album is available on all major digital outlets. The vinyl is also available. I bought mine from the brothers at iRoots Records. Check them out also. Support the music and the artists you love. Until the next time, live life Irie and listen to roots. Blessings.
Kuya kuya wicked man, a dopey man we nah go defend far. Open your heart to the undying King. There is no peak without no